In this text, Israel had fought against the Philistines. And in the process of them fighting against the Philistines, the Bible says that they were defeated in that battle. And in that battle, they lost over 4,000 of their men. And so they go running back to Israel, and they're like, what are we going to do? How in the world is it that we have lost over 4,000 men? And so the text goes on to spell out for us that they decide what we need to do is we need to have the Ark of the Covenant in our presence. This is the problem. There's no presence here. We need God's presence to dwell among us, because if God's presence dwells among us, he will tell us how to win all of our battles. And so the text says that the Ark of the Covenant was at Shiloh, and they went and they got the Ark of the Covenant in this text. And they brought it back, and when they brought it back, they had a celebration. And when they had the celebration, the Philistines, they got so excited at what God was doing in their midst, they made such a commotion about it, they made so much noise about it, that the Philistines heard their praise. It was so much praise and adoration and so much noise, the Bible says that it shook the ground. Have you ever made that kind of noise and got that excited about experiencing the glory of God? Have you ever danced and shouted to the point that you had lost all of your might simply because you felt a touch from God when you were riding in your car, to the point that you had to pull over and just get out and begin to leap up and down, jumping and praising God because the glory had entered your car? How bad do you want to feel his glory? And how much does it really mean to you when you feel his glory? When you really, really understand what the glory of God means, you get excited about it because you understand that there is no other touch that's like this touch of glory. You understand that there's nobody else that can fix me like the glory of God can. You understand that there's nothing that can regulate my mind like a touch from the glory. So when the glory comes in, you act like they acted in the text. Can I tell you that God is searching the earth realm, and he's looking for a people that will say, I need that kind of glory in my life. It's not another car, it's not another house, it's not another relationship, it's not more money I need, but I need the glory. I need the glory. Because I understand that if I can get the glory, encompassed in the glory is everything that I need. And so they got excited. They got excited and they made a noise, and the ground began to shake. And the Bible says that the Philistines heard the noise. The Philistines heard the noise, and they got scared. And they began to tell each other, now you know they just brought that Ark of the Covenant back in, and the Ark of the Covenant represents the glory of God. And you remember, and you need to think back, when they were in bondage in Egypt, it was that God that they're serving that brought them out of the bondage in Egypt. Now what we need you to understand, King of the Philistines, is that it is the same God that they're worshiping now. It is that same God that's causing the foundation of the earth realm to shake. And if we don't do something about the presence of God that they're feeling, then they're going to come over and defeat us, and we're going to be their servants. Somebody shout glory. Somebody shout glory. Somebody say, I need the glory. And so they're like, we cannot allow this to happen. Can I tell you, church, that that's what the enemy has done in the 21st century to the believers. You got up in the sanctuary and you started dancing and giving God praise and dancing and giving God glory. Don't you know that the praise that you send up not only glorifies God, but it's a threat to the devil. Every time he sees you get up and raise your hands, every time he sees you dance and twirl in the presence of God, it's threatening him, because he realizes that if you can lock into God, and if you can give God the glory that God deserves, then the glory of God will descend on you. And when the glory descends, don't let him steal your praise. Don't let him steal your praise. I don't know about you, but I've been in some situations where all I had left was a praise. I didn't have the money that I needed. I didn't have the support that I needed. I didn't have the compassion that I needed. All I had was a praise.